Blair Athol 12. Is it Highland Heaven or is it Highland Hell? What about you whisky lovers, and welcome to another long overdue episode of Whisky Straight with me, Big Al. Now before I get into this whisky, please consider hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, and while you're at it, ring that bell so you don't miss out on any future reviews, because you know what, whisky's always better when it's shared with whisky lovers like you guys. So, we're in the Highlands, it's Blair Athol. It's a whisky and a distillery that probably not many people are aware of, because they don't do too many releases from the distillery. Their stuff goes to be part of the blend for Bell's. Now, I don't like Bell's, but obviously a lot of people do because it's a popular blend. You'll see it all over the place in all the supermarkets, all the off licenses, all the liquor stores, because it's just one of those things that people tend to buy. So, what about this one? Well, it's a 12-year-old. It's part of, Diageo own Blair Athol, and it's part of their Flora and Fauna releases across all the brands. It's bottled at 43% ABV, and even though it's 12-year-old, it'll cost you a whopping big 48 quid.
Hell of a lot of money for a 12-year-old.
But anyway, let's get right into this whisky and see, as I said at the start, is it Highland Heaven or is it Highland Hell or somewhere in between? And obviously, if you've got a pour of this or whatever tickles your fancy, wing it into your glass and we'll drink along together, because whisky is always better shared. And we'll start off on the nose. Sláinte. Sherry notes right off the bat. Sultanas, raisins, rich, dark plums. There's some treacle, there's some barrel char there as well. It's very Christmas cakey. It's rich on the nose as well. Now there's a wee bit of apricot comes into play there as well. It gives it a wee bit of sweetness. Not a fan of apricot, but it does give it that wee bit of sweetness there. Wee bit of a marmalade note going on there too, a wee bit of orange peel. Even a wee bit of blackberry as well. But I think it's that sort of apricot that gives it a wee bit of that sweetness that takes it away from those darker sherry notes. And it does tend to work, but the more you get into it, the more that apricot comes into play once you get your nose right in there. But what brings it back from the edge of that sweetness and the apricot that I don't really like, or I'm not fussed on, is that treacle barrel char note that makes it a wee bit more sherry-esque. So overall, nice on the nose. Let's go into the palate and see how it fares there. Sláinte. Ooh, right off in the arrival again. A wee bit of spice, but again, it's sherry. It's Christmas cake, classic Christmas cake. Fig, plums, sultanas, raisins. Those real classic sherry notes. And there is a nice, dollop of richness in there as well. And as it transitions across the palate, you get a wee bit of that apricot going on again. It brings a wee bit more sweetness. And then there's that treacle again. Barrel char. even a wee touch of creme brulee, dark toffee, blackberry, blueberry, and then as it goes towards the back of the palate, some Parma violet. And that's nice. I always love Parma violets. Those little bags you get. I remember going back to my childhood, and you can still get them in some of the kids packs you get these days. And I know if I buy some for my daughter Erin, and she doesn't notice.
I dive in and take the Parma violets out.
So this is nice in that regard. Now, overall, it's just pretty. It's a medium-bodied whiskey, 43%, not bad, and there's a medium rich mouthfeel. It's a medium finish, and it has got those classic sherry notes, wee bit of barrel char, wee bit of treacle, a wee bit of dark toffee. Initially, when I was taking my notes for this, the nose promised more than the palate delivered. But now, when I've let it open up and sit a while, it's almost coming together. But at the same time, I still think the nose delivers more promise than what you get on the palate. So, all in all, it's a good whiskey. It's not heaven, it's not hell, it's somewhere in between. But at 48 quid, no. Nice, but not nice enough to spend that much money on. I would say this is a score of 83. I think it's about as good as I can give it. Nice whiskey, good whiskey, but nothing that will make you sit up and go, oh, I want another one of these. So if you've had this before, folks, please let me know your thoughts. I always appreciate what you guys think. And again, thanks for your ongoing support. Thanks to you guys who are new subscribers who have come on board in the recent weeks. And to you guys who have been hanging about for a while, I really appreciate it. And a special thanks to those guys who support me on Subscribestar and Patreon. It means a lot to me, and if you want to join those merry band of whiskey lovers, the links are all down and below.
No pressure, like.
But anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in again. Please look after yourselves, look after each other, and until the next time, keep on drinking your whiskey the way you like it. Sláinte. Thanks for watching, folks. I really do appreciate it. Please check out these other reviews, and if you'd like to support the channel, the best way is by subscribing, liking and commenting. And don't forget to ring that bell for all video notifications so you don't miss out on any future content. Cheers.